Let's talk about Chinese cars and why they're suddenly all the rage, especially in Europe. It's crazy to think that just a few years ago, we never really heard much about Chinese cars, but now they're taking over the market, and for good reasons. The world is changing, and the automotive sector is not an exception. Electric vehicles are growing in popularity as the issue of climate change is still a major one. Since they were among the first to embrace the electric car revolution, Chinese automakers have been able to adapt to this change. Because of this, they have been able to break into the traditionally dominated European market for automobiles by European and Japanese manufacturers. Subscribe to vEconomics for more knowledge. Now let's dive in. The rise of Chinese automakers in Europe. Chinese automakers are quickly expanding into the European market with a focus on electric and alternative energy vehicles. This has resulted in a significant increase in market share for Chinese automakers in Europe, with some reports suggesting that Chinese automakers may even dominate the European car market within the next few years. The Chinese government's aggressive promotion of electric vehicles is one of the main factors causing this rapid expansion. The Chinese government has set high goals for the use of electric vehicles and has given the domestic market for these vehicles a lot of support. Chinese automakers now have a competitive advantage over their foreign rivals thanks to their ability to quickly develop and introduce electric vehicles. Another factor driving the success of Chinese automakers in Europe is their focus on providing affordable electric vehicles. Chinese automakers have been able to offer electric vehicles at lower prices than their European counterparts, which has helped them gain a foothold in the European market. Challenges facing Chinese automakers in Europe. Even though Chinese automakers have made great strides toward entering the European market, there are still many obstacles in their way. Meeting the stricter European regulations regarding safety and emissions is one of the biggest challenges facing Chinese automakers. Chinese automakers, who are still relatively new to the European market and might not have the same level of expertise as their European competitors, face particular difficulties in this regard. The perception of Chinese automobiles in Europe as being of low quality presents another difficulty for Chinese automakers. Even though Chinese automakers have made significant improvements to the quality of their vehicles, many European consumers still view Chinese automobiles as being of subpar quality. However, as Chinese automakers continue to invest in R&D to raise the caliber of their vehicles, this perception is gradually changing. The reaction of European companies to the rise of Chinese automakers. The rise of Chinese automakers in Europe has been met with mixed reactions from European companies. Some European car manufacturers have been struggling to keep up with the lower prices of Chinese cars, while others have been working hard to come up with new and innovative ideas to compete with Chinese automakers. Luxury cars are one industry where European businesses continue to outperform their Chinese competitors. The European market is still dominated by European luxury car brands like BMW, Mercedes, and Audi, and Chinese automakers are not likely to overtake them anytime soon. However, Chinese automakers are rapidly catching up, with some Chinese brands such as BYD and NIO already offering luxury electric vehicles that are comparable to those offered by European luxury car brands. The future of Chinese automakers in Europe. In the upcoming years, Chinese automakers are likely to continue their rapid market penetration in Europe. Chinese automakers are rapidly enhancing the quality and performance of their vehicles by continuing to make significant investments in research and development. This will probably continue to fuel their success in the European market, along with their focus on accessible electric vehicles. In summary, Chinese automakers are becoming more and more well-liked in Europe, largely as a result of their emphasis on electric and alternative energy vehicles and their capacity to provide these vehicles at lower prices than their European counterparts. Chinese automakers are catching up to European automakers quickly, and they're likely to take over the European auto market in the coming years, despite the fact that they still face a number of obstacles. As for me, I'm excited to see what the future holds for the auto industry. It's always interesting to see new players enter the market and shake things up. And with the focus on electric and alternative energy vehicles, it's great to know that we're moving towards a more sustainable future. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to learn more about economics.